people get involved in your campaign. They say, you know what, I love this woman, I love what she's doing, she's fighting for us. This is John Villarreal reporting for Conservative New Media.
And I will introduce to you the founder, the CEO, the very energetic and very enthusiastic John D. Villarreal.
Okay, strap in. We're gonna have some fun. All right. Now what I want to do here is I'm going to move around. We have 30 quick minutes, so I'm going to try to literally shove 7 years of political science training, legal training, constitutional training, and maybe 22 years of work in national politics into 30 minutes. First of all, how's everyone in Modesto doing? You guys doing good tonight? Huh? All right. In order to get through this, I'm going to need your help. I'm going to need your participation in this. This is a contact sport here. First, as a show of hands, we had a big week this week. How many people are excited about Christine O'Donnell winning in Delaware? Yeah? All right. Yeah. We were involved in that race. So as Dave said, I'm the founder and CEO of Conservative New Media. We're the 4th largest, most viewed mainstream conservative channel on YouTube in the world. I also do political consulting, I manage campaigns, I run campaigns, I advise campaigns, and we've been involved either pro bono or been hired by Chuck DeVore, Carly Fiorina, little teeny bit with Sharon Angle. We got involved in the Joe Miller race before he won. We got involved in the Scott Brown race before he won. We got involved with Christine O'Donnell. I coached her up, told her what she needed to do to win and whatnot. We're not taking full credit. There's a lot of other people there that were doing way more, but we did what we could do from here. So yeah, thank you very much. We're going to keep being involved. We're going to tell you about that later. So there's a lot more that we can talk about. I've got a talk radio show now on KFIV, KWSX, and we're expanding there. It's tomorrow, and Dave's a great friend, and I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think he's one of the best radio talents in the business, and you guys are lucky to have him here. Brian Sussman, phenomenal talent. Glad that he's here. Good friend as well. Now, how many people here are sick of the Obama administration? Show of hands. How many know that something's terribly wrong in America right now? Okay, all right. How many are mad, even though we might like them, are mad at what Karl Rove did this week at Right? The insiders, the establishment, the elite, the ruling class. It's horrible. Unbelievable. All right. Now, for those that may or may not know, and if you don't know, I don't pull any punches. I throw it hot and fast. I'm a super genius. That's not just a little name. That's a fact. My IQ's been tested at 174. Genius level starts at 130. Einstein, they theorizes at 160. Now, I'm not the smartest out there. I mean, the Maryland Voss savant, if you believe it, was at 224 and whatnot. But let's start with that. So let's push that farther. That means that I'm not 1 in a million. I'm literally, technically 1 in 3.525 million, depending on the scale and on the test. That means that I am absolutely 100% confident that I'm the smartest person in this room. Confident of that. I'll take any test, I'll prove it. I will beat you so bad, your mother will feel it. Now let me ask you a question, and I don't want you to pull any punches. How many of you are upset when I say that? A couple? Maybe that's arrogant, isn't it? That's not very nice. Why are you mad about that? We'll come back to that. That's going to be critical for tonight's talk. There's always a reason. So, let's just assume that's true, and I know that it's true, and I can prove that it's true. Why shouldn't I rule? I'm the smartest. Why shouldn't I rule? I guarantee you I'm smarter than Obama. I'll take any test, I'll blow that guy out of the water. Why shouldn't I rule?
Maybe you should.
Okay, hold on. So, what I just demonstrated here is going to be critically important, not just to tonight's talk, but it's going to be critically important to this country. And it's critically important to the system of government we have and why we have a constitution. Now, let's go very, very quick on this. Political spectrum. You're going to be lied to, and you have been lied to, in my personal opinion, by the mainstream media. They're going to tell you that Hitler was a right-wing fascist. That fascism is right-wing. Now, Jonah Goldberg did a great book on this, and we've been talking about this, and other people have talked about this. The real political spectrum, and a lot of this stuff is, I'm not going to get it 100% right because I can't in this time period, so it's going to be like a ton of stuff that's 90% on, but you're going to get everything that you need. The true political spectrum is all the way to the right. Extreme right, anarchy. Extreme left, total state control. And we fight for everything in between. Now, rather than talk about the Constitution and get into this thing or that thing or whatever like that, I would rather talk to you about the foundations of it all. And when we talk about who should rule and why we have a society, you're going to have to think about some major thinkers of history. Plato, Aristotle, Kant, St. Thomas Aquinas. And major one of these folks, they fall into different categories. That man, writ large, has his own sort of natural rights. Or that the rights come from God. Or wherever, right? And we don't want to get into that right now, we just can't. And so folks like Hobbes would say, hey, the natural state is so horrible, so bad, that if we don't have society, I'll beat you up and take your goods. Or take whatever I want. Survival of the fittest. And it's so bad that any state is better than the natural state. Others, like Rousseau and Locke, would say, no, the natural state's actually pretty good. But you get a good deal when you get into society. We get to trade, we have contracts, you have a police force to protect your house so that when you go to work, someone doesn't steal your stuff. Right? So we have all these different ideas about why we have a society and what's going on in that. Now, John Locke, you can look him up, is pretty much talked about the separation of powers, and he was one of the main philosophers behind the Constitution and this type of stuff that the people look to, the founders look to, for that type of thing. Now, we flip it forward, and you start getting into folks, modern day, we're going to go back, but modern day, people like Max Weber, German political theorist, very important, we'll get to him in a second. But you have these different ideas about why we form a constitution and what is the Constitution. Now, what people were fleeing from in England was tyranny, royalty. Oh, you have the right name, and you see that here right now. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm a Bush, or I'm a Clinton, or I'm a whatever. And we see some of this locally. Oh, I got the right last name, I should be elected. Well, what did you do? I'd be more suspicious than less suspicious of a folk like that. Because there's a problem with that. And what you know with the history of the world, anywhere that you look, it's the history of those that would oppress you. It's the history of the dictators who want to say, hey, we're in charge, forget you. I don't care if it's Julius Caesar, the Roman Empire, Genghis Khan, this queen, that dictator, whatever. It's everywhere. That is the history of the world. Well, we did something a little different here. We said we want freedom. I think that you know better for you in your own life than I do. Yes, we want a civil society. Yes, we want to share the benefits of coming together, because human beings are social people anyway, but we want to have our own thing. And you see it, I don't care if you're talking about Nelson Mandela, Gandhi, Dr. Martin Luther King, whatever, people are so desperate for freedom. That old saying, don't tread on me. I would rather die as a man in my boots standing than on my knees like a dog. That's why all of you are here. You guys are patriots. Every one of you.